All you have to do is close your eyes and listen.
Welcome to episode 37 of TSGG Chat. I'm your host, Kevin Bork. With me this week, we've got Jake. Hey, Jake.
Hey.
Brett.
Yep.
What's going on, Brett? Brennon.
Good to be back.
Kailey.
Hello, everyone.
And a special guest tonight, Carter. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
It's about right.
Carter, on TSGG Chat, we have a tradition, and that tradition is we asked every guest that comes on, what is their favorite game of all time? What is yours?
Oh, Transistor, for sure.
What? Oh my God.
You're
Jake's
a
best
man
friend.
after Jake's heart.
Oh, wow. Love Transistor.
It's a great game.
It is a great game.
Any particular reason? Anything you'd want to tell us about it?
It handles. First of all, the art style is really cool. Second of all, the composer they picked is extremely good.
Oh God! Now you're after
the music's
Kevin.
fantastic. The music is fantastic.
It is.
And also the way they handled like calling abilities functions, because the game is supposed to be like set in like a kind of like a computer, like a program sort of way,
Yeah.
is really interesting and cool. And I like the combat, even though normally I normally hate single player games. That's like a thing with me. I normally don't like a game unless it can be better than someone at it.
Really?
And so,
Relatable.
yeah, Transistor's the only game that I've really, really liked that isn't like online competitive game.
That's interesting. I'm wondering what exactly it is that draws you into Transistor.
I have no idea, but I also played.
It's a gorgeous game.
Bastard.
It is.
Bastion
Yeah,
was
it's
good too.
fantastic.
Bastion was amazing.
was good.
Yeah.
Also, amazing
Yeah.
score
Yeah.
and amazing narrative. So it wasn't Transistor. The narrative of Transistor was just wild,
Yeah, it was.
especially when
Yeah.
the main character couldn't talk and everything was basically done through, outside narrative.
Yeah. It was a really good game. Let's
Yeah, it was
see.
great.
We always
Great.
start with the news, so we'll go into that. You want to get to the hot topic of the week, which is a brand new game?
Save that for last, because we're gonna talk about that forever.
Okay. So let's see. Where do I go with this? We got. Okay, so a week ago, we talked a little bit about some next gen talk, and recently a patent was filed for Sony. And this could allow backwards compatibility with the PS5 all the way back to the PS1.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. But the way that they're doing
It's
it,
just another thing they stole from Xbox.
it is because the way that they're doing it is that older games, like they said that they can't do it right now because of like resolution issues. So the way that they're doing it,
That's why I can't do it. Right.
so they said that they've created this software that will boost the resolution and make it so that if you're on 4K or 1080p, it's going to make it
Try
smooth
and
for
move
you.
it.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is if Medieval isn't on that list,
They're remaking.
Oh yeah,
Medieval,
they're
so
remaking that one.
So the question I gotta wonder about
is
that.
it a remake or a reboot?
Remake.
It's a complete remake.
Yeah.
It won't
If
be
they
the
do
same
it like
game.
they did Resident Evil 2, that'll be really
Yeah,
good.
it'll be like
So,
that or Crash.
Hopefully.
So when I had a PlayStation 3, I bought so many PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 titles. And what upset me about moving from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4 is they didn't come with me.
Right.
My profile went with it, so everything that I had other than those games came with me. So I wonder if that'll come back. Maybe they'll be like, hey, remember those games that you bought and spent, I don't know, a couple $100 on? Here you go.
They're going to be
No.
like, no,
That is never
here's your
going to happen.
opportunity
See,
to
that
buy
hurts
them
me.
yet again.
Yeah,
They're gonna say-
that's exactly it. You can buy
Yeah.
them again.
$5 a piece.
That sucks.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, especially.
They're not
I
gonna
mean,
give
I
you a
still
Game
have my
Pass,
PS2
Jake.
and my
They're not
PS3.
gonna snake that.
Although somebody stole my PS3 cord and used it for something else, I think.
Those things happen sometimes.
As they do.
Oh man.
But that's cool of them. Honestly, it's consumer friendly, which in gaming is what we want to see.
And
So
which for PlayStation is kind of rare. So
Especially
it's
lately.
more than kind of. But yeah, it's cool to see. They're just trying to compete against Xbox, so it's probably more of a competition move. But
I'm gonna think
that's my own.
positive.
That's my own take.
I'm gonna
Same
think
thing they did with
positive.
Fortnite, putting crossplay for Fortnite
Yeah.
into
Right.
beta. They only did that to compete. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna definitely think positive and hope that they just come back, please. I
Good
really
luck
want to
with
play
that,
Final
James. Let me know
Fantasy
how it
again.
goes.
GR, Jake.
So here's another piece that's going to get Brennan excited.
Oh,
So CD Projekt Red,
Oh, there it is.
they are the developers of The Witcher 3, and that game is a masterpiece. And
Did you
it
ever play
had-
that, Carter?
He's not a big fan
I
of
did
single
not.
player games,
Oh,
so
that's
I didn't
true, single
expect
player.
it.
Yeah, that's true. It was a complete masterpiece, and they had a production team of 250 people for that one. Cyberpunk, they have announced, has over 400 people working on it.
Can't wait.
So I think
you
Brennan
see they-
could be right.
They just won Steam Awards for The Witcher 3 in 2018.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Well, I mean, they're
And
still
that's-
supporting it too.
Yeah,
they
they are.
just
How old
gave
now?
it the 4K bump. They
2015, I think.
Yeah,
Came out.
so the game is beautiful. It's
the movement was terrible. I'll be the first one to
Okay,
tell you
well,
that.
It
The
was.
movement was god awful in that game.
Very clunky.
it happens. The
But
rest of the game
the
is
rest
so
of the game makes up
beautiful
for
and,
that,
and
yeah.
well done that
Yeah, pass.
hopefully it's different in Cyberpunk
Well,
because
Cyberpunk's
Cyberpunk
an
is
FPS,
yeah,
so it's
did
gonna
you
be
finish it yet?
that's what I
Movement's
wanted.
going to be a lot
Yes, I
tighter.
have.
It's going to be
Wait, it's an FPS?
yeah, it's an
Yeah,
FPS.
yeah.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, you haven't heard about Cyberpunk?
Oh, can I say that?
Yeah,
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 you're,
yeah.
you're
Oh,
fine.
okay.
And most of us
Alright.
swear like
Yeah,
sailors anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we're
Yeah, it
You're
looks
good.
fantastic. Cyberpunk is the only one, like, normally I'm not super stoked on MMOs. I played WoW Arena back in the day. So, like, that's really it. But, like, I've been keeping an eye on Cyberpunk a lot, just, like, on the release date specifically. Not really watching anything else except for trying to find a release date. I didn't know it was an FPS.
Yeah.
I just
It'll
thought it was
be
MMO.
we expect it.
Fourth
This isn't
quarter.
anything announced, but we expect it at the end of this year.
Let's
They-
go.
we have a specific target.
yeah.
Cyber Monday.
They
Is my
tweeted.
target.
They tweeted Cyber Monday on the day of.
Cyber Monday this year.
Yeah, and a Polish investing team has basically given out their information and said we expect it this year, and
Q4.
the reason they did that was so that their investors would buy
Buy in.
CD
pretty
Projekt
much.
Red. So we expect it at the end of this year.
let's go. I'm ready.
It would be
That's exciting.
yeah.
Car edition.
Yet
here we go.
another game to make Overwatch queues longer. Let's go.
Yeah, good luck with that. Apex, I've heard, I follow so many Overwatch players, and I heard Apex is making that brutal.
Oh yeah. It's not to tell you that I've tried to queue Overwatch in the past 5 days because God knows I haven't. But from watching a few streams and stuff, it's just like it's like 10-minute queues at like 1 a.m.
That's wow.
That is insane.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
for Apex, which is something we will get into later. It's taken over. So like all of the big streamers are playing it. They're having a Twitch streamer challenge. Only Twitch streamers are getting into this event, and they're
It's a
doing it.
$50,000.
Yeah, it's a
Twitch streamer
$50,000
challenge.
arena already. Like this game came out a week ago, and this is already happening. So it's taking over right now.
Yeah. There's an Overwatch player asking from Uprising Academy.
Yep.
I just turned on his stream. He's level 68. He has 1,900 kills.
Oh my God.
God. All right.
Has he slept yet?
So-
I will never be that good. I'm
He's,
just gonna let
I
that
think
happen.
so.
Asking plays Hitscan, right?
Yeah. He's a Widow's Zarya.
Yeah.
Oh well, shocker.
Yeah, he's
Widow main can snipe people.
He's Kefri I've seen play super well.
Jeffrey
I've
looked
seen
sick
him
playing.
pop off and kill a bunch of people. The streamers like Dr. Disrespect, these guys they're popping off and playing the game, and it's something Ninja's playing it. Like this is taking over right now.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know if you heard, but me and Slen got murked by the Agony Twins.
Yeah, I would
Really?
Yes.
We're told that.
You couldn't take that? You couldn't take him down?
No,
Come
Wow.
on, phase not not that good.
no, we got tattered. It was bad.
You get your revenge.
soon.
Someday.
I don't think so.
What's next?
Good luck.
What's next on the list?
Besides Apex, there is another game.
Oh, is there?
There is one that we talk about a
Not in
lot.
my life.
And that one's called Anthem.
I forgot about that game.
Stop it.
How could you do this?
Don't hurt me that
Get him
way.
out of here. The Anthem's calendar has been outlined.
Oh my god, we're going into this.
Yeah, we're going to go with
Of course.
All the
This is big
tiers.
news.
So the launch of the game is
Oh, I see. We're going
February
We're not going into
22nd.
staggered launch. We're going into the actual what they plan to do for live content updates.
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
Nah, my bad. I was thinking something else.
He's defensive.
He was talking-
Preemptively
he's all-
defensive.
No,
Ultra
I was talking about
defensive.
they released
EA
like
clickbait
the
where everybody hates
No,
EA naturally,
no.
so that's what he was talking about.
No, I don't fall for that one.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
I already have enough hatred. I don't need clickbait. So, yeah, Anthem is launching on the 22nd. And then in March, Act 1 begins. It's called The Echoes of Reality. And then Act 2 and 3 don't have dates yet, but they are part of a one-year plan. And in the Echoes of Reality, you have update number 1, which is going to be an evolving world. Update number 2 is Stronger Together. And update number 3 is the Cataclysm. And they have said that all of these updates will include things such as new rewards, quality of life enhancements, new events, expanded progression system, a new stronghold, so that will make 4. Guilds and leaderboards are going to be introduced. New missions will be introduced. And then finally, the Cataclysm itself will be introduced.
All for free, by the way.
And that's all for free. And this is all in Act 1.
And there's
It's a lot of stuff.
for their first year.
So they definitely are taking big parts from Mass 3 multiplayer and they're applying it, which I can only get behind because that multiplayer was my favorite. But I'm really excited that they're keeping it affordable for people who just dumped a lot of money into the game and they're
Yeah.
supporting it for a long time.
Well, yeah, they're not going to go the Bungie method and
Oof.
release $70 updates every 2 months.
Yeah, here's a new expansion that has nothing in it.
Especially after the Activision news. So
Oh, yeah.
after they're not hitting any quarter marks, so don't follow anything they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, they split with Bungie too, or Bungie split with them. I'm not really sure what was
We
the
didn't get a lot of information
the
about that.
real story there. But
We do know the real story there. What happened was in Activision's earnings call,
Mhm.
they had said that they had high hopes, high expectations, I should say, for Bungie's Destiny 2 Forsaken expansion, and it underwhelmed. So they decided to cut them. And they did it in the most professional way that they could by announcing
Saying
a
it was a
separation,
mutual
that they were going
split.
independent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
That's funny because Forsaken was the best part of Destiny 2. Without a doubt.
I didn't jump back in, so I couldn't tell
Me
you. if
neither.
it
I had to
was or not.
watch. I
Throw
wasn't
in
paying
another
another $70 for a
at that game.
$200 game.
Carter, have you heard of Anthem?
I have, and I've actually only heard negative things.
Really?
Oh, God.
What have you heard?
Let me enlighten you.
I've heard. Okay, so and keep in mind, this is again, these are from Overwatch players and not necessarily Overwatch players, but also like some League players and just
Mhm.
general friends that I have that are very competitive with what they play. They basically said it was a Destiny clone with no subs.
Ouch. They couldn't be more wrong. So this,
I'm glad to hear that because it looks good.
The reason
But
for this,
I also heard.
that as you described, they're very competitive. This game does not have that competitive thing. It doesn't have PvP. It doesn't have that. So
yeah,
from that
there's no
aspect,
PvP. So if that's what they meant, then yeah, they're not going to be playing this one. This is a PvE, but there is plenty of substance here. Like the
I
world,
mean, I guess that explains why they said no substance then, because there's just no substance for them.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, if
exactly.
they're looking for PvP experience, they're not going to get it here because, as far as I'm aware of, they experimented with it, but they didn't have any interest of
Well,
actually including it in the
the
game.
problem was that they want they want you to feel like a badass. They want your weapons to feel strong. They want you to be able to pick your loadout, and that's your favorite loadout, and you can work with that. They're never gonna nerf it. They're never gonna do balance patches. They're not doing that stuff. And if you have PvP in a game like this, you have to, because there's gonna come, like the Devastator did 24,000. It's a sniper rifle that does 24,000 damage per shot. So like
if you have cluster points.
So if you, and there are, as gamers, we're always going to find ways to make that happen with like the new.
builds.
There's always new metas.
And
Basically, there's always new builds.
They've learned from watching other games and seeing how there have been huge balancing issues that piss everybody
Overwatch.
off. And
Overwatch has balancing issues.
What? Breaking news.
wow! So they've
Are you
learned.
sure?
They've learned from that stuff, and if it's not something they're interested in doing, then there's a subset of people who aren't going to like it. But there's also people who don't really get into competitive gaming like that, who are going to like not having to try to deal with people who are
Sweating.
I never want to see BioWare attempt a multiplayer like a PvP. I do not think it will turn out well.
I like BioWare for
It's not what they
I like
do.
their
You're probably
stories.
right.
I like
Their
their
narrative.
environments.
They are.
They're
They're a
narrative
story-driven
driven.
company.
It's-
Well, that's what they've said, is the lore in this game is immense.
I
So
mean,
that, so
if it's-
they said if that's what you're
If
looking
it's like
for,
Dragon
that's what
Age
you're
of
getting.
Mass, then I'm all for it.
Right.
Yep.
exactly. And that's
But yeah, that does make sense to hear from like especially like Overwatch pros and people that are playing or League
Competitively,
pros.
yeah.
The competitive game is their life, so it makes
There's
sense
no
to hear
element
that
there.
with
Yeah,
this.
there's not going to be any of that there.
Your most competitive thing is speed running a stronghold. You're not going to feel that.
Yeah.
So it does make sense that they would feel that way. But as far as like substance in the game, the loot table is one of the largest I've ever seen. The amount of just beauty in the open world, like Kevin said in a prior podcast when we were going through the vistas of the world, are just, it's like you're taking a picture. It's
They
beautiful.
are jaw-dropping. And we were playing on Xbox One X. If you got an RTX into your PC, then you're going to see something that we won't be able to see.
Hey, the Omen comes in
really?
end of March.
Yeah, because RTX and BioWare have partnered up for this game, so it's enhanced for RTX.
Oh, thanks to my Aura guy, I'm booling out on the 2070 now. That's good.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
So maybe you might want to check it out.
one thing I do
Ooh,
want to see
maybe.
though is more world events.
Yeah.
Like just increase the frequency of them. But I never really got bored playing the game. There wasn't a moment where I wanted to stop. It's a shame I
Especially
had to work the
with such
entire
a
weekend.
small amount of content that they gave out,
Yeah.
which could be another thing as far as substance that they were talking about.
The demo
because
was limited.
They gave us a limited
Very.
demo that had one stronghold, one story mission, and free play. So if you're expecting to grind that, well, we ground it for like 30 hours
Right.
in a demo,
We loved it.
and we
though,
didn't
so.
get bored.
We didn't get bored,
but we were looking
but
for that.
we
too.
were also in a group,
Right.
which is different from a solo play. So
Makes sense.
We'll see. We'll see where that.
It's
I'm
definitely
curious to how
beautiful, and
long
I'm
the
excited for
actual
it.
campaign is going to be, considering it is a BioWare game. So
Yeah.
let's see.
I will say it plays nothing like Destiny. Does not feel
Oh, no.
similar at all.
I put 1,000 hours in Destiny and Destiny 1 and beat Destiny 2's campaign and said, I'm never touching this game again. And Anthem feels nothing like that to me. I can tell you the flight in this is the most smooth mechanic I've ever seen. Just the jump off point into the flight. I've never played a more smooth mechanic that it was so
Yeah.
imperative.
It's not
It's very
janky at
smooth.
all. I'm not the best at the flying, especially because I usually run with Colossus, so it's a little bit. It feels heavier, but it's so well done.
Yeah.
This isn't an Anthem.
This is not the
Okay,
Anthem
okay.
cast. All right, so what do we got next? We got rumors that next week we're going to get a Nintendo Direct, and we
We've been
may
saying
be
this for weeks.
seeing Metroid Prime Trilogy for Switch announced. Possibly
Is that another
Super
port?
Mario Maker 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's another port. Oh my god.
Super Mario Maker 2. That would be an announcement of a brand new game.
All I'd want is Skyward Sword.
You will not get that.
Never.
Ever.
Hurts.
So that's pretty exciting. I'm ready. It's been a while since we've heard anything from Nintendo.
I can't hear you because I want Skyward Sword.
Oh, is that what
Not
you want?
ever gonna happen.
You're never getting it.
I'm so
But-
upset.
The last topic, right? The last topic of our news.
What?
Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's more news?
There's always news.
I just wanted to
wait.
steal your Apex.
But
I
wait,
just
there's
wanted
more.
to steal
Steal, you thief.
that.
That's what he
Continue.
does in Apex too. He just skeeps
Oh
all
my
my kills.
God.
Steals
I
the kills,
kill
right?
everything.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Your aim is atrocious.
Yeah.
I do need the aim.
I carry you.
It's rough sometimes.
So here's a piece of news. Nino Cooney is getting a movie.
Wow.
Oh,
I
That's
didn't
actually
hear that.
sick.
Yeah, it was.
Is
It's
it
going
done
to
by
be
Studio Ghibli?
collaboration between Level 5 and Warner Brothers Japan.
Oh, man.
Still,
And-
no, it's still gonna be.
I
Ghibli.
know, but Studio Ghibli.
Well, yeah, they're doing it through level 5 mostly.
The Level 5 president is going to be the general producer and write the screenplay for the film. It's going to be separate from the games, but in the same universe. So
Right.
it's not going to be those retold. It's going to be its own story. Yoshiyuki Momose of Studio Ghibli
Your pronunciation
work
always astounds
on
me.
the film.
Great work.
Always on
as
point.
the director. So, Studio Ghibli director. And Joe Hisashi will, of course, compose the music.
Right. That's actually going to be awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So
It's a movie
shut
night.
up and take my money because I'm
I
ready.
hope it comes to the West.
It will.
It's
Probably.
coming. What are you
Well,
talking
that's the
about?
concern.
I
It
mean,
will
most
in
of them
some way,
do, like,
shape, or form.
Yeah.
Even
It's gonna
back
be
in
in
the
bigger
day, like
cities, probably.
Princess Mononoke was 20
Yeah.
years ago, and
I was
that
going
came
to say
over.
Disney,
Yeah, you're right.
Disney probably get their little hands on it because
Disney always does.
Not
Yeah,
Studio
they do.
Ghibli.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
they do. They do.
Oh,
Disney's
Disney
the
They
one
does them
who
all.
literally
And that-
brings them over.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
I mean, that's
I'd
how
like
you
to point
that,
out
like
Disney's hands are not little.
Yeah, you're
Nah,
right.
Mickey Mouse.
Colossal reach.
those were intent air quotes around little hands.
The mouse ears shadow everything.
But that's how they got their A-listers to do all the voice acting for it.
Yep.
This guy's still here.
Mononoke and
I
Kiki's
don't-
Delivery Service.
Pretend not to. Haven't
amongst
you hit your
others.
12 words yet?
I've hit many.
Carter, you watch any anime or any of the Studio Ghibli films, anything like that?
I haven't in a while, so I've never been the guy that like goes out of his way to find something animated to watch. I just watch something that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched. What was the last animated thing that I watched? God, it's been a while.
Studio Ghibli is like
Here Ex Academia.
Oh, okay.
I watched,
he
watched
goes
a lot of that.
Ultra.
I didn't finish it.
Thank you.
And
Me
finish it.
neither. Ugh.
And then I watched Hunter x Hunter, which I also didn't finish.
Okay, now,
Hunter's
now
there's-
you're.
There's a pattern. There's a pattern here.
Well, you're just too busy. You know, you can't do everything.
You got to queue up
I'm
Overwatch.
super
you know?
ADHD. I'm super ADHD. So I don't. Here's the thing, though. And people are already giving me shit for this, especially when I say it on stream. I don't watch subbed anime because I don't devote 100% of my time to watching it, so I can't
100%
read the
agree.
subtitle.
No, we are the exact
So
same.
I watch dubbed.
I
And
I don't
hate
mind
them.
reading my anime.
Same. I can't watch sub.
It
Double
depends.
either.
It depends on who's doing the voice acting because I can
Right.
only take so much of Funimation's Texas
Listen.
energies.
Listen,
They use the same guy for everything, all right?
love
Kirito is my
Kirito's
favorite voice
voice.
actor, and he's everything.
But I mean, just depends on how things were introduced. But I don't know if it's well done. I don't mind listening to it dubbed.
We
I
have,
prefer dub,
We have 4
100%.
TVs in our living room, all right? I can't pay attention to my 2 video game TVs and my anime TV at the same time. I got to be
I
able
can't
to
be
understand
reading
what
words
they're
when I'm
talking
shooting
about.
people. Okay, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, you can.
You're right. I'll figure it out.
You can't aim now. I can't
know,
have
that's
what
you
I was saying.
get another
That's what I was
TV.
getting
It's the
at.
same of end
I'm a
effect.
champion at multitasking, but I can't sit down to focus on any one given thing at the same time.
I wish I was good at FPS games.
Yeah, keep
They're
wishing.
not me.
I'm telling you, aim trainer. This is
There it
actually
is,
who,
man, the
he's
aim
the one
trainer.
who told me to do it, Carter.
Carter did?
Yeah, because he posted
Oh yeah.
a Widow clip, and I said, I don't know how you did this. I watched it 4 times. I was like, I still don't understand. And he just tagged me in this. He's like, just play this. And I was like, all right, yeah, good call.
Do yourself a
Yeah,
favor.
we are sponsored by Kovacs actually.
Nice.
Oh,
So
Is
until we
Kovacs
make
on,
contenders, that is.
they on Steam?
Yeah, it's $10.
All right, when the Omen comes in, I'm doing
He's
it.
great, dude.
Gotta get
Kovac
good.
is such a good guy. I randomly was playing Overwatch PTR when the colorblind changes came out because he's colorblind,
Yep.
and I ran into a guy in the other team. His name is Kovac. I was like, "Hey, I know that guy." I was like, "Hey, bro, I like your aim trainer." He's like, "Hey, dude, nice." And we were playing a little bit, and he wanted to play us, so we grouped up. And we played a bit. It was like him, me, and Gatekeeper, the Torbjorn one trick,
Yep.
playing quick play. And it was awesome. He was great. He's a great guy. And I think that the next day I found him in Rafa's chat. We talked a little bit, and then I guess he from there found my Twitch. found my Twitch and saw that I was playing Quake Champions and hopped in the game with me and we dueled and he taught me movement and taught me how to play Quake. And like, phenomenal guy, absolutely phenomenal guy, like a legend of the game. Totally down to teach something who just installed it, like how to play. Oh man, I love Kovac. He's
That's
awesome.
that's awesome.
If everybody in esports, if every player in esports could be half as cool as him, oh dude, it'd be fantastic. It'd be another world.
Yeah, I can tell you that since I started playing it and working on like aim stuff since I saw that clip, I've gotten a lot better at the FPSs. I was astounded. The flick,
Yeah,
and when you said afterwards that your wrist hurt, I was like, yeah, I understand, because I couldn't figure it out. I do have to ask you, how many times? Well, you're pretty well known at this point. How many times have people accused you of like aimbotting?
Not often actually.
No.
So at high rating,
Mhm.
there's like so back in the day when you could get like diamonds and platinums in your game,
Right.
At high rate when you were like 100, it would happen a lot
Because they've never seen
they're all
anything
salty.
like that.
Right. But because I'm not necessarily famous, but like
You're well known.
because generally speaking, if you solo queue on NA West at a high rating, we've probably played together before, right?
Right.
And it's not that you know who I am because I'm I clicked heads in a tournament or I have this huge stream, which I don't have this huge stream, and I clicked a few heads at one point, but it's more that we just play together, right?
Right.
And so generally people they know that I'm probably streaming, and that not to say that totally vindicates you from accusations, but
It helps.
there was this one guy actually back in the day, and he deleted the video, which is a damn shame. I wish I had it downloaded. So do you know in Overwatch when you finish a round
Mhm.
and it slows your cursor down and everything goes into slow-mo?
Yeah. And you
So
still
there's
got to
bug
click
that
ahead
still
right
exists. Yeah, there's a bug that still exists where sometimes it just doesn't slow your cursor down at all. So you can just aim freely during that portion.
there. Right.
And I was like, there was a game where I was playing Tracer and I was doing pretty well. And like this guy basically made a 20-minute video where he tried to explain like how I was cheating because I used such a low sense and that I definitely would have rolled off my mouse pad by this point in tracking this person. And then like, look at this at the end of the game, like where he tracks this person despite the screen going slow-mo and all that. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And then I took a picture of my mouse pad because at the time I was using like the gaming master, PC Master Race mouse pad. That's like my entire desk.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, dude, here, I use this and a wireless mouse. I took a picture of it. And he's like, oh, that doesn't explain this and that. And then I realized that this is the guy that was whispering me in game, telling me that I cheated. And he was like, do you use this aimbot? And then he linked me an aimbot. I was like, no. He's like, I know you do. And I was like, okay. And I checked his profile. He played Pharah and Torbjorn. So that is the biggest accusation I've had yet. And I think I linked the video to Mendo one time and he laughed at it. And after I linked it to Mendo, the video was gone. So I think Mendo commented on it making fun of him or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he
That
probably
sounds
did.
about right. Mendo was actually the one
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I was tweeting with about the movement in Apex. He said he hates it.
Yeah, he is not a huge fan.
There's a game called Apex.
That's the transition.
Oh yeah, you ever heard of it? It's like Fortnite but better.
Oh wow!
The skins are not better.
We're actually calling it overnight.
The skins are actually awful.
Oh, are we overnight? I was gonna approach it with more of an overfall type of thing, but
Or a Fort
I
Watch.
think overnight's good too. Ooh, Fort Watch.
Don't listen to
Fort
him.
Watch overnight.
Honestly, and I know you're new to the podcast, but we hate battle royales.
Yes, we do.
I do too.
Every one of them that comes out, I'm like, this is stupid.
This is trash.
Why is this the current gaming meta? I hate it.
But
And then this one
somehow,
came out, and I was like, Kev, dude, play this
Apex
game. All
has
right?
taken over TSGG
I was like,
headquarters.
jump in, and he was so skeptical. I was like, Kevin, look it's Titanfall. Titanfall, my brother and I loved it, so we got Apex immediately. And then I was like, Kevin, like, I hate battle royales, and this is going to be a great game.
And I said, fine, I will play it. And
I
it's
feel
great.
like part of it is that
Go ahead.
it's like if you played Fortnite really early on,
Mhm.
and I did install it pretty early on. My friend Winter ended up, I think he went pro. Yeah, he was on Tempo Storm for a while, and I played with Overwatch with him for a long time.
Right.
And he got me to play it. And I think it was like the first Halloween update because the rockets were super annoying with the pumpkin sound or whatever.
Yeah, and you could jump on
Everybody
them.
was so shit. Everybody was so just dog shit at the game.
Right.
And that was great. That was so fun.
Yeah.
Just running around killing like 20 people a game. I didn't even know how to build. I refused to build.
Yeah, that was
That's how I played
that back then. I got into it when it was brand new, and nobody was building
was
anything.
great.
We were just running around shooting each other.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it.
I tried to get back
But
into it
when you-
recently, and everybody's all the way up in the sky. And
Sky
I'm like,
ramps.
yep, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's just not appealing to me, and it sounds like
No.
it's not appealing to you either. So
No.
I think that the key with BR games is getting in when they drop.
Yeah,
Right.
So even if you just play it casually, if you get in when it drops, and you can start understanding the game, and yeah, you're like you have to realize that in 2 weeks, Apex is going to be a different game just because the players are going to be better.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
already improved. Like
Right.
the first day, you would drop 20 kills, and it was a regular thing. Like you saw the big streamers, especially dropping 28 kills. That's the record right now. At this point, that the kill total has cut way lower. Unless you're really a top tier player, your kills are getting 10, 11 a game. It's just
Yeah, I think the most I've gotten is 18.
players get
Like
better
me,
at the game.
and then-
It's just gonna happen.
My squad got like 2 each. Yeah, it's not. It's rough, dude.
I could be your
but
2-man.
The cool part is
you don't want that.
the cool part about it is though is that if you get in early and you start playing and you get better at it early, then I think it's going to be more fun for you in the long run because you're not gonna. I feel like there's gonna be less situations where you just get completely outclassed, right?
Right.
Like certainly it's going
Well-
to happen. It's going to happen to everybody except like I guess Shroud.
Yeah, yeah.
Shroud doesn't get it.
He's,
It doesn't happen to him.
he's inhuman. It's insane. It's actually
He
nuts.
is.
So,
Well, I both agree and disagree with you because in the beginning, Fortnite was that where you just went around and killed everybody and each other, and then it turned into the builders game,
No,
and
the thing
now
with that is-
it's like
Well, Fortnite right now is trash in my opinion. but
Platformer?
It's
I don't-
it's always been trash.
I don't know.
in my opinion.
they're just trying to do so
competitively, you just
much.
Like the last
like-
circle or whatever.
The funny part of it is when you sneak up on somebody and you're like, all right, easy kill, and then they've got a whole fort built in 4 seconds, and you're like, okay,
yeah,
I
okay.
guess I didn't play that one right.
You get that? You got it. Just everybody's putting walls up, and it's just like, nah, this.
Well, that's
this
the thing
isn't-
though. If you got in early and you got really good at building, you're going to be super good now.
Yeah,
That's
But
why-
when I first
That
got in,
doesn't
I said,
appeal
that's-
to any of
this
us.
building stuff
because
is
that's not our style of
useless.
gaming.
No one's
That-
gonna do
That's why
that.
I enjoy
why
Apex so
I
much
agree with what you
because I
just
can
said.
be-
It's like I didn't actually play Fortnite. I watched a lot of people
Ugh.
play it in passing in my own house. Basically, Kevin's
should've shut his TV
extended
off.
family. They're all like
It was his nephews.
42 hours
Oh.
later. They're still playing the same game. They haven't slept yet. But
Yep.
but the building thing, I just don't have the reaction time or the inclination to do that. But I'll watch it. But I'm like, I don't even.
Yeah,
it's
it's just
just so
so-
fast.
It's so hard to care enough. It's so hard to care.
That's a
enough.
good way to put it.
You
It-
are
it is-
absolutely right.
Like it was fun. Like I almost thought about jumping in, but I'm balancing like work and school and
This-
other social obligations and things in this. So I was going to jump in when it first dropped, and it looked like it was a really fun little game. And then all of a sudden, it turned into this behemoth.
$1 billion.
It's a behemoth,
Yeah.
and it's just
And
like
it's
okay,
just-
well now there's you have the people who specialize in this. So like you said, the top tier players.
Mhm.
Not going to have a chance against that, so that's not going to be fun.
Well, you don't play on PC. You're never going to run into
No,
Shroud.
Yeah, you won't- you
but,
won't run
but
into- They run
I'll run
into
into
Xbox.
people.
I mean, actually, it's more probable than you're thinking because
And they're doing
Overwatch is now
cross-platform.
cross-platform with everything.
Not Overwatch.
Fortnite.
I mean, not Fortnite. Yeah, that's the one. Fort Watch. Sorry.
Apex plans to go cross-platform as well.
By that we mean PC and Xbox.
That's gonna be
Sony
terrifying.
hates their customers.
You are correct.
That's yeah.
So-
Well, I actually have a question for you, Carter, that Kailey made me
Mm-hmm.
think of. Oh goddamn! Give me a second.
Great question.
With Epic Games, with their new launcher, how do you feel about that versus Steam?
Oh, I mean, they're biting off a lot. They're biting off a whole lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know
not
if
wrong.
I give a shit about their launcher, but something tells me that with the money they have, they're going to make me give a shit about their launcher.
Yes, they can.
So, I'd rather that they just left it to Steam.
I agree.
But
now
because everybody already has Steam, Steam is already good. We like Steam.
they're customer
But
friendly.
I understand that it's a business thing.
But
and that they want us to switch to their new modern platform with their nice UI and their working chat system. But we don't like that. We like Steam's broken chat system and their dog shit UI. We're used to it.
And it's going to have PC exclusives now. That's what's really going to cause is
Yeah,
you have
you're gonna
Bethesda.net with their own.
Mhm.
They only go through that. You're going to have Epic Games who only goes through theirs. And PC shouldn't have exclusives. Just give it to Steam.
And the thing
that's
that
my thing with
the
it.
thing that I've seen is that Metro Exodus is the big one. That's the first one to kind of go, okay, Epic only.
Yeah.
No other game launcher can have this.
You know it's bad
And it's already caused
when
issues.
they're begging people not to do the negative review.
Oh yeah, it's already caused problems because apparently every time you try to download Metro Exodus, it drops. So you get halfway through your download and it drops out and sucks.
Yeah.
Restart it.
So
Go ahead.
their way of writing to your drive is awful. Whatever they're doing with down, like, I don't know what it is, but if you have even a regular SSD, not a PCIe SSD,
Right.
it takes so goddamn long to download a single thing from this launcher. It takes so unbelievably long to update Fortnite for 4 gigs on Google Fiber. It takes me like an hour.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
On fiber.
Also, you have Google Fiber. I'm insanely jealous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's not my internet. It's my SSD, which is a fine SSD. I guess it's not PCIe. It's SATA. So I don't know what they're doing differently from Steam, but if I want to get 4 gigabytes of data from Steam, it takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah, if that.
My internet, it takes
So-
like 5 minutes for 4 gigs.
Not
Yeah.
that you can see our faces, but when you said you had Google Fiber, all of us were like
Instant envy.
instant.
I
Just
think we
had
all
died a little on the
died.
inside.
Yeah, we're all dead now.
We'll never have that here. That's pretty
No.
much
Yeah.
guaranteed.
We're excited about Verizon Fios coming here.
Yes, we are.
Baby
You
steps.
should be. It's great. Resident Fios is fantastic.
Yeah, dude, I
Yeah,
can't wait
is.
for it.
Cannot wait.
Uh,
Wait in line.
Yeah, so you mentioned that the player pool for Apex is going to become more competitive, and it actually did in just 4 days because they announced 10 million players and 1 million concurrent in 4 days.
That's insane.
Insane.
That's insane.
It took them 8 hours to get their first million and 4 days to get 10 million.
I have to say that was really.
That's-
This is a really well executed launch.
I like that they
For-
secretly did it.
Yeah.
To
too.
avoid
That's
the
what I
EA
like.
press.
Yeah, they
that
did.
Responded
That's-
that well.
So
You
I
had
have
to do
to
it
give them
that way.
credit for that because that was so smart of them, and they just were like, "Bam, here's your game," and then everyone hopped on.
And the
Honestly,
thing of
with
it
how
is, was
well
like
it's doing, I'm
so
super
much of it
excited.
was word of mouth, right? So they didn't have commercials, they didn't do anything like this.
So they
said, "Here's a game," and then 100,000 people played it, and they said, "Holy shit, guys, get this game!" And then it was 1 million in 8 hours, and then 10 million 4 days later. Like everything they're doing from this is word of mouth and social media, and
And they had the Super Bowl thing. So.
it's exploding.
that nobody watched.
So
'cause-
for me, I'm super excited for Titanfall 3 because with the returns they're getting from this, I can almost guarantee they're going to start developing it sooner rather than later. And yeah, the Super Bowl was terrible.
Well, for
Unless you're a
me,
Patriots fan.
I'm excited
still snooze
that
fest.
Respawn's newest game is a hit because their next game is going to be coming out this year, Jedi Fallen Order. And I couldn't be more excited because the
Kevin's-
quality that you
Huge
see.
Star Wars fan.
You know,
Like,
Kevin's
Well,
been hoping
no,
for a good Star Wars
I'm-
game for
that's,
the last
That's what it is.
Correct.
decade at least.
Yeah.
oh,
And the quality you see in Apex, if they can translate that over to a Star Wars game,
Yeah.
that would be incredible.
I don't mean the competitiveness. I just mean like
No, I know what you're saying.
the build quality that you see. Yeah. So speaking of Fallen Order, in that earnings call from EA, they had mentioned that people have seen inside the company, they have seen and actually have played Fallen Order, and they said that we're going to be seeing it in the coming months. Everybody knows what's coming up in a couple of months.
microtransactions.
Shut up.
Oh,
No.
You know he's right.
we all know I'm right.
I mean, you
Listen.
hopefully you get the same style.
Yes, if
where
they
you
do
get
it like they did
skins.
Apex,
I don't.
I'll be okay with it.
I don't think you're going to see that in a single player game.
If they do it
I
like they
think
did
so.
Battlefront 2, that's
No,
another thing.
That's in their multiplayer games. Their microtransactions are never going to go away. I can't even say that term because I hate it so much, but it's there. EA, I think they learned their lesson last year after putting microtransactions in every single game they put out.
Microtransactions that
including
impacted the game.
Need for
They
Speed,
contained power.
where they
Need
even
for
put
Speed.
mobile game countdown timers in, unless you paid money to.
Speed it up.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I think they learned their lesson there because
I
their
hope so.
earnings were very low. Their stock price actually went down until 2 days ago when 10 million people started playing their newest game,
I've
where their
actually
stock price
wondered-
went back up.
Because they had issues with like the on Xbox, at least they had issues with the buying system where the microtransactions actually weren't functioning. It's resolved now, but I've been wondering with
And
10
they
million
got
players,
everything they bought too.
Yeah,
so
I know.
they resolved it well. No one got.
but with 10 million
shafted.
players playing, what do the financials for this game look like so far?
They gotta be insane.
They must be absolutely nuts.
Even 10% buying is huge
Yeah,
numbers.
That's
so.
that's a million people spending
And-
money.
We're not even talking
Well, you also
about.
have to realize-
Go ahead, Carter.
you also have to realize that a lot of these people, like myself, for instance, I'm waiting for. I think, and this is going to sound really weird. Maybe it won't. Maybe I don't sound as stupid as I think I will. Twitch payout.
Yeah.
With how many people are affiliates, with how many people are partners, and with how many people are streaming the game, Twitch pays out in 3 days. It starts paying out in 3 days, and it stops paying out in 6 days for the past 30 to 45 days, depending on contract. So I know me personally, I'm probably going to spend like 10 or $20 when I get my Twitch payout, and I'm sure hundreds of thousands of other people are going to do the same. Well, not hundreds of thousands, but thousands at least, right?
Yeah.
So and
Oh,
also-
probably.
I think it's
Yeah.
safe. I
Probably
think it's safe to
hundreds of
assume
thousands.
hundreds of thousands. Yeah.
Yeah, with 10 million.
Well, I mean, I'm
players.
talking about Twitch streamers themselves.
Oh,
okay.
specifically.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And then also, there's people that are probably going to wait like a month and make sure that their friends are still playing and stuff like that.
Well, I'm glad you
So-
mentioned that, Carter,
Smart ones.
because that's my next topic, and that is Apex has announced their year one roadmap as well.
Immediately, didn't they? The same day they dropped the game, right?
That was the second day.
Second day. Yep.
Oh,
So-
God, they're great.
Yeah. So they've already outlined 4 seasons for this year.
Mhm.
Season 1 starts March 1st.
Oh, we're getting another new hero.
Yes.
I'm so
my
hyped
God,
for
I'm
that.
hyped.
And then season 2 is June, season 3 is September, season 4 is December. All will include the Battle Pass,
Mhm.
which begins in March, although we don't know the details of the Battle Pass. You're going to have new legends, you're going to have new weapons, and you're going to have new loot.
And Titans.
Not
Oh, my.
Titans.
I'm just saying.
Can I run this past you?
Yeah.
I actually really like the idea of a battle pass. I think it's great, especially when. So I think in Fortnite you put like $10 in or something,
Yep.
maybe 15, and then you get in-game currency that amounts like if you finish the battle pass, right? I think they give you like the V-Bucks or whatever it is.
Yeah, you can
The
earn
amount that
the
you
next
spend
Battle
on that.
Pass. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
I-
that to me is a very good way of monetizing your game and getting people to play at the same time to make sure. I think it's ingenious. I really
Yeah,
do.
it
I
is.
It
think it's great.
absolutely is. It's
That's one of the few things we actually say is good about Fortnite.
right.
When we
It's
talk
it's
about
kind
it.
of a that and their microtransaction system kind of changed the game and it kind of saved EA actually.
I'm glad they followed suit.
but
with that.
You're 100% correct. It's the if me playing the game is going to earn me next season's battle pass, of course I'm going to do it. So it guarantees your player base is staying relatively full, and at the same time they're spending $10.
Yeah.
So
Oh, they haven't announced pricing or
yeah,
anything like that.
I mean
so
he's talking Fortnite.
you're going to
so-
assume it's going to be.
right around
right.
there. 10,
Yeah,
15.
But
comparable.
also, they went beyond that, and they've given you the other 2 monetary systems, legendary tokens, and the
Crafting parts.
crafting materials, which
Yep.
also the legendary tokens you earn by playing the game. So they took Overwatch's model a little bit as far as leveling up earns you loot boxes, and in this one they earn you legendary tokens, which act as kind of the same as Apex coins, which are their IRL money. So if I can earn the same stuff that everybody else can pay for by playing the game, then that makes sure that I'm going to continue playing that game.
And I mean, if you're good at the game, you can get like 24 hours. You can buy a legend, no problem.
Yeah.
It's only 12,000. That's
So they're,
So you
they're
actually feel rewarded for doing
right.
what
Yeah.
you're doing in the
Yeah,
game.
it makes you want to actually do it.
And then I don't know what's included in the battle pass yet, but if they're going to include things like the way Fortnite does with skins and things like that, that's going to be an incredible system to maintain their player base and make money off of the game.
I do
Yeah.
hope their skins get better. That is
They will.
my one knock.
The
for
skin
game
for the
is
Yeah,
heroes
I think they
are
were just
terrible.
Well, no, not true, because
I-
Bloodhound has an awesome samurai one. Get out of here. Get out.
That's a garbage skin.
You're crazy. You're insane.
The weapon skins are really good though.
I'm actually more. I
Oh.
like the not the legendary skins, the ones before that where they're actual like the colors start changing on them.
The
That's
Demon
pretty
Hunter
dope.
skins where they rotate down. Those are pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
If I could just avert your attention to the post that I'm putting in general right now. I got it from a loot box. Very happy with myself. Very happy with myself.
I don't know if I want to look.
I mean, he already told us about Google Fiber, so what?
Yeah,
how
yeah,
else-
we're already
how-
dead.
how
You're
else
right.
can you
hurt
hurt
us
We
today?
can't be killed anymore.
I lucked out. I pulled the Crimson Friday skin for the.
Oh,
Oh,
my!
we
That's
were
the one
just
we were
talking
just
about.
talking about.
Goodness.
Kev. You
Well,
pulled it.
thanks
Yeah,
for joining us,
yeah.
and we'll see you some other time.
I didn't even actually realize that you could pull the ones that were buyable.
So
That
is awesome.
literally,
Yeah, that's
they
great.
were. We were downstairs in our kitchen, and literally they were just talking about this before we
About how
got
sick
set up.
it is and how I want
Yeah.
it so much.
There's a secondary one for that you can't even
Yeah, I got that
purchase.
too.
You got that too?
Well, I bought it.
I think you just.
yeah,
once he
I was
pulled
gonna say,
the
I think you-
crimson,
I
he's
think you
gonna
just
buy the
killed
blue
Jake.
one.
Uh,
Well, yeah, you have to have the red one to get the blue one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
will
my.
say to you, congrats.
Yes, that's awesome.
Thank you.
The only
I'm very
legendary
happy
that
with
I've
it.
pulled was for Caustic, and it's his final stint Philosopher's Stone, which is super cool looking, except I don't have Caustic. And I'm
Oh,
a Bloodhound
no.
main, so that's
Oh,
really cool.
no.
Useful.
It's all right. I'm a caustic man. I have no skins for him.
Yeah. All right.
Honestly, I think the game does continue on. I think they probably compete pretty well with Fortnite. It's the first game that's come out that
I mean, right
has
now
beat
they're
Fortnite concurrently for
destroying
5
Fortnite,
straight days
so-
on Twitch.
We have
which
been
is a
saying
first time
for a
thing.
long time, the Fortnite killer. Is this it?
I don't know about killer because I have to see their esports scene. If their esports scene is anything like the tournaments and stuff that Fortnite does, Fortnite with Marshmello having a live concert, like
Yeah, that
if
was
they can
huge.
if they can keep up with that stuff, then I could say that they could very well overtake Fortnite and
Well, they
and
definitely
kinda-
have the
If you could bring your
groundwork
own,
for
if you could bring your own mouse to a tournament, I think it'll do better. Yeah.
that would definitely be portion of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if you're not forced to use a G Pro, maybe it'll be good.
I
man.
well, not your final mouse. You can't bring that one, right?
Oh, actually, I'm using it right now, and when I push in on the side, when I grip it, it actually bends. So that's good.
2 months waiting period, and it's broken. That's awesome.
Very cool.
So, one more piece of news that's not related to Apex is
I don't
anybody
wanna
who
Is it news,
is yes, of course it's news. Anybody who is a Witcher fan and is also a Monster Hunter fan
right.
needs to get on there
You know what happened?
and play.
You know what happened to my Monster Hunter?
I'm
David?
talking to our
You
audience
know
right
how
now.
I feel about Sony right now. You throwing this at me?
I'm not throwing this at you.
I mean, knowing you could get back to where you were in like 3 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I want to grind out 300 hours of
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World again, sure, I can do
In
that.
2 days, that's perfectly doable.
yeah, you got that.
The math works.
Took me 2 weeks, but I did it.
Oh,
So
man.
what happened was, because you guys are just leaving Carter out of this inside thing, Brennan and myself, we ground out 240 hours in
Just
the first.
you guys?
Okay.
And Jake was
Okay,
with
Jake
us.
was with us. That's true. So we did all this, and then we switched. He bought a new PlayStation. He got a Pro, and when he switched over, Sony deleted all of his data. It didn't automatically cloud back up.
Kept my Persona 5 data, but not my
Some of
Monster
it-
Hunter World data.
So
It's just
he lost
too much data.
300 hours. So
that and
that
God of
is
War.
what he's talking
God of War only took me 32 hours though, so I could redo that. But I have no inclination to replay that
Yeah.
game.
Well, this story is not about that story. That's a sad story. This is a happy story. This one, you can actually you can earn Geralt himself.
Right.
It's a full armor set, so you don't get to wear the pieces on your character.
Mhm.
It's a skin that transforms you into Geralt. But you can craft the Witcher's Silver Sword, which is a sword and shield. And it is really cool right now. It's only rarity level 7, and it's a solo mission. The mission itself is fantastic. You feel like the Witcher in the ancient forest. I don't want to talk about it anymore because if you are a fan, you just need to experience it for yourself. and you are here so you can experience it tonight if you wish. So
On his
I'm
profile.
too hurt.
yeah.
Not on your own.
But what's cool about it is when you first start the mission, there's an NPC there, and you talk to several NPCs as Geralt, and you can change your weapon. They have pre-made weapons for you. You can use his silver sword and shield, or you can change to the other classes. But it's really good, man. It's just, it feels like a genuine Witcher experience, which this is easily their best crossover. And
Better
CD
than the
Projekt,
Dante one?
The Dante one was pretty good.
the Dante one wasn't like this. It was just Arena Quest,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
So
true.
you're actually playing. The CD Projekt Red came in and helped them design this stage, and it's
It looks
just
awesome.
it's just awesome. And then you fight the end boss by yourself in this. It's a solo quest, and then you get the Rarity 7 materials, and then the Rarity 8 one will actually go live on the 14th, where you can play as your hunter with your group and do a higher level of that boss, which I'm not going to name.
But
So,
it
yeah.
looks super cool.
Anybody who's a fan needs to play that. Now let's dedicate the rest of the show to Apex and how fantastic it is.
Okay. So
Let's do that because Shroud has 113,000 viewers right now. Riot's LCS Spring Split has 122,000.
Wow.
Oh,
and he's playing Apex, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
it's actually IRL streaming. He's eating a sandwich.
He's actually he's eating a sandwich right now. That's exactly what he's doing. No, I just if you guys have your monitoring, I just put a screenshot in general. But yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers. Also, in contrast, Overwatch's preseason, but by the way, it's not preseason, has 6,000 viewers. So that's good.
Yikes.
Oh man.
Nice.
So this is
that is
brutal. Pulling away from Overwatch too.
It's pulling away from a lot of them.
Well,
No,
yeah.
I mean the
Taking
community,
over.
the preseason just sucks ass. It's not.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, what it is it's a week before the season starts the 24th, right?
Next season, yeah.
14th.
Oh,
14th?
14th. So it's even sooner. So nobody's going to be playing the game seriously right now because they're not going to show other teams their strats. So this it's silly. Honestly, it just
Pointless.
doesn't make sense. But 6,000 viewers on Twitch. And honestly, such a bad time for Overwatch right now for this game to come out because it's like you said, 112,000. What's it say? 112,000, almost 113,000 viewers for one streamer.
Yeah.
The other one had 122,000. So I mean, that's
It's just
And you have other
you have other streamers.
Yeah.
Dr. Disrespect's probably still streaming it.
yeah.
so.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, he's not. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Just to give you context, like we tried to run Pro Pugs last night.
Mhm.
2 managers had to play, and well, if managers are playing, we're just gonna troll, we're play whatever.
Right.
So we just turned off like we set it to 2 hero limit and just like season 1 Pug basically. And we only played 1 or 2 games because everybody was just playing Apex. Everybody in the pro server was just playing Apex, all of them.
It's huge.
And so it's like we stopped playing Apex to come play Pro Pugs. None of the pros showed up to Pro Pugs except for us. It was like 13 people overall. So we just went back to Apex. There's no reason to play any other game. It's just better.
It is. It's and it's so fun.
Just better.
The way they have it set up too is it makes it so much more comfortable for a lot of people. They have issues talking with people online. You're talking to random people. There's a lot of and the way they have the team
Or they
set
don't
up so
have
that you
mics.
don't even have to talk. You just show each other where to go, and
With the ping
it's
system.
so the
Yeah, the
whole
ping
game is
system is
just
really
so
cool.
well done.
Then you
for-
don't have to listen to that 10-year-old dropping F-bombs like it's his
Listen.
job.
Oh,
The
you're
kid
gonna listen.
The kid that dropped 16
That
kills
shit's
on our
funny.
team, he was probably 10, and I don't care.
He got a friend request.
He's on the list now. All right.
Court was playing. I think
But
she was
that's
playing
all he
Overwatch
does,
the other
so.
day, and there was like a 10-year-old just screaming at the top of his lungs the entire time, and I couldn't help myself. I was just laughing my ass off because it was like this little squeaky kid. I'm pretty sure it was a boy. He's just screaming the whole time. It's like, now I know why people don't like to do the chat because they don't want to listen to that shit.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
whole
good
time you're
because
gaming.
you don't have to in this one.
Try a Destiny raid with
The
3 of them. That's
firefights,
fun.
the firefights in this game are some of the best I've ever experienced. Even if you lose, like you feel like you're doing something in the game, which is my biggest problem with battle royales is that you drop in and
boring.
you're there forever and then you can lose the game. But in this one, it feels like you're rewarded. You know what I mean?
It just feels
So
different this time.
You feel like you're doing something good, especially when you win a fight and you're like, yeah, watch my body.
Clearance squad. this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Don't
I'm rooting your
forget
crate.
the
Like, it just feels good.
the difference being able to resurrect people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
So you could put yourself more at a risk here
That's also fantastic.
because there's a chance that you can just
Mhm.
get revived.
Also, none of the guns feel super OP. Maybe the devotion with the turbocharger on it, that shreds people.
I can tell you
but,
there's one that doesn't feel OP.
Kev's favorite gun.
is
The
it,
Mozambique.
Mozambique.
is it your one and only, right?
Best gun
Yeah.
in the game.
I
Okay.
picked up a Mozambique today and I was so upset.
Accidentally. You're
Convertible
like,
was flaming me for using a Mozambique.
it's a garbage gun. What are you using it for?
No. Fuck you and fuck convertibles. That gun owns.
What are you doing?
All
So
right,
good.
what you got to tell me what you're doing
Explain
so that I
what
can
you-
you
continue
gotta-
to use
you-
it.
You gotta give Kev some ammo here because
Yeah, help me
No,
out.
it's not about. It's not about it being good. All right.
Did you throw it at him?
Listen.
Was it?
So,
You just
so it's not
threw
good.
it out of your
God,
inventory?
I wish.
It just
No,
looks
it's not,
great.
It's not about it
You
being
give
good.
it
I
to
won't
the
say it's
enemy?
bad. But if you sneak up right behind them and shoot them point blank in the head with the Mozambique, it will do 70 plus damage. All right.
Oh, 70.
That is
Boom.
70 whole damage.
That's what I'm talking about.
70
That's
is a
why I'm
body
gonna-
shot with the
And
wingman Kev.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, and then if you hit them
coming in.
again, and then again, you kill them with the Mozambique.
And then you have to reload, though.
True, because you fired 3 shots at this point. That's
so
you're done.
you're making friends real close.
It's not a bad reload speed, though. I will say
Yes.
that. It could be worse.
it could
You
be
can also
worse.
dual Mozambique. The double Mozambique.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
it's
that's what
double
it is.
pump,
Yeah,
double
yeah.
pump meta in
Yeah,
Fortnite.
yeah,
That's
there
what
you
it
go.
is.
Yeah, yes.
Double
my
Mozambique.
God. Yeah, nothing's broken like that though. Like I can't cross map someone with a peacekeeper. I like that a lot. They're very well balanced at this point. Also, I really like that some of the peacekeepers are like the charging ones,
Mm.
And it's
the
RNG
others
based.
aren't.
It's
And
completely roll.
I love it.
You ever had one?
Wait,
of
isn't
the-
that that's the precision choke? That's the attachment you get for it.
No, some of them actually, like if you pick them up and you hold it, it'll charge blue automatically for you just by aiming. There's a
Yeah,
completely
isn't that the precision choke?
I
think that is. I
cannot
thought that was
confirm or
the-
deny that
No,
because
I
I
thought that
always
was
the
have a
actual mod
precision
with it.
choke. So
I've
I
picked
don't
it up
know.
without them, and it's done it. I don't know if that's a glitch or something.
I'm gonna
but
check tonight just to be sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually take a look at that because I've
'Cause
done
I thought
it
it was
where,
RNG.
Yeah, I've done it where I've just picked them up out of a crate and they've got them on, and it does it without
Yeah,
any kind of
some will
attachment.
have
Was it legendary? Was it a legendary?
No,
No.
Because they come pre-equipped.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
weird.
because sometimes
know.
they can come
I'm
All
gonna
out.
right,
check.
I think I can come
I'm gonna
pre-equipped.
check.
Yeah.
'Cause I wanna-
I'll have to look into it now because I thought I really every time I do it, I'm like, oh yeah, got so lucky.
Got the charge.
Like,
No, because you can use a with the precision choke when it's fully charged. You can start using it like a wingman, basically.
yeah. That's actually I never
Drops
switch off
people.
the wingman.
Love it.
The wingman is all I
Favorite
use.
shotgun in the game.
Especially if I pick up the skull crusher rifling.
Skull piercing.
Rifling. You're right.
I've never used that with the wingman actually. I
What?
Need to.
Oh my god.
It's
Headshots
101
do it.
headshot. 101
I know, I
headshot
just tried-
damage.
That's insane. I
Can
try
you
sniper
put that
shotgun every
on
game.
the Mozambique?
No,
Oh no, you can't do that.
that's
Oh,
a
okay.
wingman only.
You can put.
Nothing.
Mozambique,
what
you have to
you
be,
can put
you have
on
to
the
be,
Mozambique.
You can put it
you have to be
down.
hug range with the Mozambique.
I
You swap it out.
accidentally,
That's what you do.
accidentally picked up a Mozambique earlier and audibly was like, ugh,
You were
get
eliminated.
that out of here.
I was too. I can
What the-
confirm. Also a yuck noise.
I mean, I took second with an
I tried to take the
RE42
shotgun
in
animal.
Mozambique.
I do
so,
think
mean,
Mozambique.
you guys are sleeping on it.
It has
Yeah,
the
that
best
stayed
skin in the
holstered
game,
the whole
though.
time.
I agree with you there, Kevin.
Well, the other one
it
was a
literally
pistol,
has the best
so.
skin in the game. The Brother of Blade skin that goes on the Mozambique is awesome.
It's
It's
amazing.
so cool.
It is so
Lone
cool.
Protector for the Peacekeeper is the best weapon skin, except for maybe the Crimson Fire Drake because I love that. But
Okay, that one's really
That I
Hey,
that's actually so cool that you can get the buyable ones in packs. I had no idea. Did you see
yeah, the
Kefri?
packs that I didn't buy either.
I know. Did you see Kefri pop the heirloom kit day one? Under
Did it?
I don't know,
Oh,
that's
what?
under 1% drop rate. It's all of the. It's like a special knife
It's
and
a
stuff
1
like
in
that.
500 chance.
Yeah.
And right now it's only available for the Wraith.
Right. And they're going to be available for every hero in the future. But he popped it day one, and it was all orange, and I got excited just watching it open.
Yeah.
And it,
That
So
pops and it doesn't burn your Apex pack. It's actually an additional one,
right.
which is really cool too.
sick.
Jealous.
It's just they have so many things going on.
So
in
many
this game
mechanics,
that
yeah.
are
Excellent.
great. Yeah.
Fucking captain, man.
streamer luck. It's a real thing. But I did want to ask. So we talked about it earlier, but I have to ask you for the listeners. What is your main hero, and what is your loadout? Like, if you drop in and you had your pick of the loadout, what would you go with?
Oh, so I like Lifeline because I don't like having to find health. I don't know why. Like, I would think that, like, if I were looking at the game like from like not playing it, I thought I would like Wraith or like Bloodhound more, but I don't know. I play Lifeline, and then I like the Hemlock a lot.
I also.
It's like a Hemlock with like a 3x and then single fire, and then a triple take with a precision choke. I mean, no, sorry. Well, that's the thing though. So I get like Hemlock with a 3x and then not have a triple take and then have like a fully kitted Peacekeeper.
Yep.
But I try to do like Sniper Shotgun.
Right, to have both long and close range.
Yeah. But like the map is so. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are gonna understand what I say. It's like the map is big, small.
Right.
So it's big in that
it's a lot
it's
of.
not super small, but the areas of engagement are normally not that far.
Usually
normally
tight,
you're
so-
in on top of each other. I know
Yeah,
exactly.
it's pretty
what
close
you're saying.
quarters.
Right.
A lot of the time you're looting,
So-
and then you're in rooms together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't need a 6 to 8x, right? I don't
Right.
think anybody's like, dude, fuck yeah, 6 to 8x.
Hey,
But
And it's impossible to aim with the 6 to 8x's. They take forever to scope in. I can't
so the
deal
6
with
to
it.
8x is like the Pitbull of scopes in this game. Nobody goes out of their way to listen to Pitbull.
I
think it's
love that
That's
analogy.
the best analogy.
That is a perfect analogy.
It is.
You're right. Like,
not
I see it
wrong.
on the ground, I'll pick it up, but otherwise I'm not searching around for the 6 to 8x
Yeah.
scope to.
Yeah.
So yeah, the triple taker. Lately, I like the scout a little bit more.
I like
think.
the scout.
Me too. I'm a big fan of the scout.
Yep.
And then Peacekeeper with precision choke and the purple shotgun bolt.
Yep.
I usually go scout and
So
Spitfire.
fun.
Have you pulled the Mastiff yet? Have you been lucky enough to get one of those?
I got it, and okay. I know he's not gonna listen to this, but I got it, and Baby Baby was like, "Oh, that gun's shit." So Kefri was saying it was shit, and I was like, "Is it actually?" He's like, "Yeah, it must be." Kefri was saying he's gonna give him $100 to anybody who won a game with a Mastiff, and I was like,
It was a
Man, fuck.
Mozambique.
"Oh yeah, I guarantee he was thinking about the Mozambique."
He
Yeah.
was.
And so
Yep.
I pulled a Mastiff, and I kill like one person with it, but I didn't know that you're not supposed to ADS with it.
Yeah.
So I was like ADSing, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe this gun does suck." Maybe he's right. And then I got to the next game, and I was playing some else. Like, oh, that gun owns. Just don't ADS with that. I was like, oh, okay.
It's basically a
yeah.
sniper that's a shotgun.
It's super OP.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It
Right.
really is. It's so good. Yeah,
you, baby.
Kefri did do a $100 dual Mozambique game if you won the game and your whole squad used dual Mozambiques. So it's funny that Baby kind of killed you there with that one.
Man, I want to message him right now.
that one in the Caber, the sniper. Have you got that one yet?
I got it, and I realized that there was like 20 people left,
Mhm.
and I already had a fully kitted scout, and it only had like 10 shots left in it.
Yep.
So I realized that I couldn't pick up any more ammo, and so I just shot everything out of it so nobody else could use it, and then I got my scout back.
That's what I should have done. I dropped my Peacekeepers so I could
Yeah,
have it.
see?
So we were
terrible.
final 3 squads the other day, and I had one, and then I was actually using it because I use the snipers, and my brother does not. And
More of a shotgun
we popped
guy.
another care package, and there was another one in it. And I was like, "You can't leave it; somebody else is gonna get it." We didn't think about that to just fire all the rounds out of it. And then we got in a close engagement, and he didn't have a Peacekeeper, and he blamed me when we took second that round.
Hey, you died first.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Oh, yeah,
funny,
you get the
and
blame.
especially
Dive
I
first.
tried to
when you're
clutch it
wasting
out.
all the ammo on a legendary gun and you're streaming, everybody just is like, Dan's gaming you and what facing, and they're so mad at you for wasting all the ammo and not using it.
So much
and it's
cringe.
just like, haha, get fucked.
Well, the Apex Legends has taken over completely. And I can't wait to see what this Battle Pass holds. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have this week. Carter, thank you very much for joining us. Where can the people follow you?
So my Twitter at is Carter_OW, which might change to AL soon, I'll be honest. And then, yeah, my Twitch is OW Carter, all one word.
Nice. Thank you once again for joining us, Carter. And
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you
for
all
having
for
me.
joining me too. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
See ya.
See ya.